Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Getting some traps ready that we didn't get painted before we head out there. Putting some tags on and, touching base. But remember, it's not all fun and games out there. We have a great time, but there's a lot of preparations. Make sure your traps are tagged. And, like yesterday, I got home from work and I had to clean the gutters. It was the only non-windy day. So make sure you take care of your family first, trapping second. But today we got to run a couple nuisance jobs after I get everything ready, and then we're going to go pre-stake another 100 traps. So hope you enjoy this video. Let's go. We're just tagging some traps, putting some swivels on some traps. On these no BS, I took the earth anchors off and that extra chain because my driver doesn't work with that, with those wolf fangs. I don't know why, but also I'll just run my my cable, so we just shortened up. We'll roll with it, but that's what we're working on real quick. Save your chains, guys. These chains right here, I'll reuse them. No point throwing good chain away, especially painted chain. I mean, heavy duty, we'll use it for something else. Here's my chain bucket, guys. All my spare good chain goes in here so I can use it later. Also, another tip, I'm going to run the mower and mulch up all the leaves before you start dragging your fur in the shop. Make sure you mulch your leaves, otherwise they'll end up in the shop with you. It's just a tip you pick up over the years. Guys, it's the little things we catch that add up. So this is a creek bottom, and there's a big hill backing up there. Okay, well, everything narrows down to this point. You see that little fluffed grass? You can kind of tell right there. That over there, that's from a fat 240-pound man. That's me. But you see this little line of grass like this? It's a coyote trail. I know because I've said it before. And last year we got a nice red fox on that trail. So anyways, it's the little things. Alright guys, this is possibly my favorite setup. Alright, this is across from a farm drive. I don't know if you guys can see here, but it's an X. They crisscross. And anything will travel these, especially like canines and cats. But when you have two trails that intersect like that, and they're not what I would call beat down hard, that's a good thing. That right there says predators, bigger predators typically. So anyways, how I would set this up and how I'm going to pre-stake it is I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do, I don't know, I can't see that because of the sun, one there. 1 foot hold each side, so if coyotes come running and they duck under and they cross each other, which it looks like they would, we could hang up two here, or maybe we'll just get one. Maybe we'll get a bobcat, maybe we'll get a skunk, who knows. Love these spots. Alright guys, on that last set we end up going with one trap just because I need to keep moving. And we're going more after raccoons, so put one right in the center of that crisscross and we'll see what we get there. You guys see that's my orange hammer right there. There's some debris down here in this ditch. And me and my buddy Eddie, we talk about this quite a bit. Not all these animals just go straight back and forth. A lot of them go just down the ditches. Okay, well, there's some debris down in this ditch every year, and this is a good skunk spot for me every year. Now, not saying a raccoon wouldn't stay there, but this is a better skunk location for me, and I've caught several here before. Now, you see here, I got a pre-staked double jaw, 1.5. I try to only run double jaws, because skunks, you can see the debris down there a little bit, because skunks, they're chewers. They're chewers. They're so blind that they just think their foot's stuck, and they just start chewing on, and so a double jaw prevents that, or it helps. And then on this side, down there a little further, you can't see it, there's a stand there. And we have a 160 RBG pre-stake there, so with these skunks I try to set heavy. Usually there's more than one running these trails. Well guys, you increase your trap collection each year, and I need to add my 220s. I run out of them first every season, them and the 1.5, so I'm out of 160s too. We're out of conibears altogether except for this one RBG, and I got a spot I want to put it, so I'm going to challenge. It's a challenge then, because some trails you want to drop a conibear, you got to put in a foothold or a dog proof. So we'll just keep rolling until we run out of traps. I'd say we're down to about 40 or 50. These tall ditch trails, I just love conibears for these, because then it don't mess up your trail. We got the last one I had pre-stakes right there, the stands on the trail. And then over here I would like to have had one too, but coming over this culvert, but instead we had to go with a 1.5 pre-staked off the side there, because we're out of conibears. So we'll just keep going though. So this trail's always been a little different, but because of the drought, there's no really there's a narrow pinch point where I could put a 220, but like I said, I'm out of conibears. So usually I'd run a 1.5 here, but we're gonna throw a DP on this side. We do have a conibear on the other side. I'll show you that. So this is the trail I pre-staked a week ago, and I had some buddies ask a question about if I thought the H stand that I put on the trail would cause the raccoon to go around, and I don't believe so. As a matter of fact, the reason I think, at least in this scenario, they didn't, is because now the H stand's leaning where they've been climbing over. So once I add the 220 conibear and some blocking over the top, we should be game. So not saying they're wrong, but in this case I wanted to show that, you know, they've been walking right over it. Got a nice coyote trail here coming off the edge of a fence line. We're gonna put a 1 3/4 down there further. I know it's a coyote trail because I caught coyote there, like I think last year. So let's get this one pre-staked. All right, guys. So this is the trail. This is a Sleepy Creek 1 3/4 offset, and this is what the set will look like tomorrow. I just set it for you guys to see. I took my sod buster, pounded it down in the center because it's center swiveled, and that's the set. You sit there and you make sure it's snug, well placed, sprinkle a few leaves over it. You know, that's all it takes to put this set in. They're not working the set, guys. They're just running the trails. So I just did that so you guys could see it. I'll go ahead and fire it off, of course, and that's what the same set will look like tomorrow. They'll run down the trails, and we'll catch them. Well, guys, I was pre-staking and was running a T-bar rebar stake down. Of course, I had my hand on it and caught the edge of it with the with the sod buster, whatever. Anyways, here's the set. Stands right there. 160 RBG off the side. So should work. It's not trapping season if you ain't bleeding, right? Let's roll. Look at that coon trail, guys. I only have one DP pre-staked on that one because of the height. That you can't see it, but there's a big dip. I don't want to catch a raccoon there and deal with leverage and get one pump out, but we got another one over there too. There's another trail that splits off that way. So 2 sets here. It's kind of close to a house. That's why we're running DPs. Now I'm pre-staking with blood on my hands, and so while it doesn't bother me a bit, there's certain things you gotta be careful with, I feel like, and one of them is, well, I think coon like this, I'm running the dog proof, you know. I think it'd be fine to have the smell of blood on a DP, because you've got to remember, raccoons are predators and they're not going to mess up the set. Now if I get blood on like one of my blind sets and something's taking its time coming down the trail, that's something that could be an issue. So I have to keep that in mind so I don't mess up some of my good sets. You know, years ago when I got back into trapping after I got back from the Army, I started mainly only trapping culverts because I was so used to theft back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and so you could almost called me the culvert queen. Nowadays I don't fear where I set. I'm just a little cautious. So it's increased my catch, and I have zero regrets with it, though an occasional theft. I think we'll catch something there. I believe so. I just hope they're far enough apart coon can stretch. Alright guys, if you look down, this is a big culvert, so just imagine looking down from this. You've got two trails. You've got one right there by that PVC. It goes up there, and it's all down. Like there's a huge dip, so you can't set anything there. The coon's gonna have leverage on you. And it comes out on right there on private property. Same thing here, it splits off this way, comes up right there on private property. So I did the only thing I think I can do. I've got sets on the other side. I've got a number 11 pre-staked down as far as I can get it for a blind set going up that trail. So that's what I'm doing here, because I don't want to mess with the private property or the raccoons getting leverage in both of those spots. So we got one set here. So and I struggled to get one put in that would stay down there, you know, without pulling up easy. So that's what we're running there. I wanted to do a fish stick set, but it didn't work out. Well guys, we're just running out of daylight. I'm gonna put in a couple sets. That'd probably be it for this video. I don't know if I'll film tomorrow on set day. Probably film on our first check day. So I hope you join me on my biggest trap line to date. So tight chains guys, see you next time.